Hi, it's great to see you here again. My name is Lucas and we'll talk about Marvel Future Fight. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. If you made your way through here, you're either interested in the content I produce or in the game, and then you'll be notified of all videos and live streams. So I'm making this video especially for NENHUM BR staff, and I hope you guys are seeing it. So this is because of the Star Agent program that you started, and I'm very eager and hoping to be a part of it. I'd like to introduce a little bit of myself, my channel, and the Brazilian audience. So my name is Lucas. I do content for Marvel Future Fight over a year. I started this channel and I have over 5.2 thousand subscribers on YouTube and around a little more than 350 followers on Twitch. Here in Brazil, YouTube has a bigger place than Twitch, especially for mobile games, and that's due to a lot of carriers have either discounts or they do not charge your access through YouTube and some services, Google services, and that's, YouTube being chosen as the main thing. And that's why I make most of the format of my videos in to 720p instead of full HD, because most of them watch on cell phones. And the majority of them watches on cell phones, so they, they're able to, they wouldn't be able to see HD format anyway. And it fits. It has everything that we need on the screen. It makes it lighter and makes the stream better. So that's pretty much one of the choices I made. So most of my channel is in Brazilian Portuguese, but that does not refrain me to do content in English. And now with the Star Agent program, I do expect to do a lot more content in English. As you can see, I can speak English fluently, help, and but most of my audience, like 99%, speaks Brazilian Portuguese. So when I'm live streaming, pretty much I'm doing that in Portuguese. When I'm doing content, I can do that in both languages, in Brazilian and English, and that's what I expect to do now onwards to be a part of your program. So I made a couple of videos in English, but they are very old ones, but every time somebody interacts with me on live stream, I usually switch to English or sometimes even Spanish, which I'm not fluent, but I can, talk a little bit. But when somebody talks to me into a foreign language, I usually answer in English and try to get them accommodated as well. So people have no hard time, trying to find their way into my live streams as well. So I do, talk a little bit about the content I do. I do daily live streams in WordBoss Ultimate. I usually have 60 simultaneous watchers, and that's because I do very early in the morning, 8 AM for Brazil time. That's the only time that I have available to do that. But even though I'm very proud to get at least 60 people simultaneously watching my attempts to kill the world bosses, one funny thing is that they actually don't cheer up for me, but they cheer up for me to fail. So they actually are cheering up for Corvus, Proxima, Thanos, and etc. And I even did some stickers and some emojis on my YouTube, on my Twitch channel, so they can cheer up for the bosses. So they have, stickers that say "Go Corvus" or show him some rage. It's kind of funny, Rage Obsidian and stuff like that, and way to go Proxima. So it's very funny to see that they actually cheer up for me to fail. So I'm always trying to push my limits and try to do the bosses in the hardest and most difficulties that I have for my account at the time. So I'm always pushing myself to the limit. They are always seeing me fail, and that's very funny. And that's the part of the thing. One thing they always expecting for me to rage in a funny way whenever I fail. So that's one of the highlights of the live streams. Other than that, I do weekly Shadowland runs, usually have on the weekends, and that has around 150 simultaneous watchers in average. Near to an update usually has a lot more, but that's usually what I get. And it's very funny because, sometimes I do challenges like, only doing Shadowland runs with a certain type of character, or other times I try to do speed runs and see if I can succeed or fail. But it's very, even sometimes I do some very long shadow runs that I actually wait for the audience to choose the characters I'm going to use in each floor, which is very funny. Also, I do monthly roster reviews, which is one of the things that people ask me the most. So usually, I select randomly from the chat using Nightbot and try to pick random people, and they provide me their agent name, the shield agent name, three characters that they want me to look at, and I look at their cards. So I usually, look at their cards, tell them what they need to prioritize from now on, and same thing for characters. If they have a goal like Alliance Battle Extreme, or if they want to go word bosses. So I try to point them in the right direction, how they should set up their characters and which obelisk to use, which ISO set, and stuff like that. Also, I made videos every time that we have a sneak peek or an announcement that we find relevant for the Brazilian audience, so I made a sneak peek. And that's one important thing, now that we're going to have the forums hosted by Netmarble, we are in very high hopes that we get at least a Brazilian Portuguese forums, because most of the audience doesn't speak in English, so they rely on channels like mine to translate the content today. I know that we have automatic translation that sometimes not always works perfectly, so they're usually waiting for me to do a video and translate what's being said in there, so they can understand and see and expect what's to come in a new patch, update, or announcement. So that's it. So I just went to show what I had here in Brazil and what the channel was about. Like I said, most of my content is in Portuguese because my audience is in Portuguese, but that doesn't refrain me to do content in English as well. I'll definitely do more content in English now, at least for sneak peeks. Pretty much for sneak peeks and announcements, I'll do both video in both languages. So I'll do a video in Portuguese, a video in English, so I can accommodate both audiences. In live stream, I'll answer in whoever language they are asking me to most of the time, so I can speak in English with no problem. I hope that doesn't refrain me to participate in your program. So if I fill the prerequisites of making at least 4 videos in a month in English, and also make the content in Portuguese, that would be good. I would like you to think that you have a good and committed Brazilian audience that speaks Portuguese and that would like to see more content in the game. You're doing a fantastic job in translating the content that we have in the game to Brazilian Portuguese, so we have no complaints on that and the regionalization whatsoever. But it would be good, to have a forum in Portuguese or something like that, and they wouldn't have to rely on me to do that. I even provide my opinion, so one of the things is that I don't only read the news, but I provide my insight, my hopes, my expectations, and even my mood about an update. Sometimes I'm very happy, sometimes I'm good. So if you watch the videos in my channel, if I have the patience to do so, even if you don't understand what I say, you can see if I'm, hyped, if I'm happy, or if I'm not too happy about the content that has been released. So I think that's it. I hope you enjoy. I hope I can be a part of your Star Affiliate program, that we can be partners. I hope to use the crystal coupons to especially on my Shadowlands and runs weekly and my roster reviews monthly, use them to gift my viewers with that. I do not plan to use that only for people that are member, but for everybody that are doing the channel. Same thing I do in the roster reviews. So I would randomly choose somebody in the chat and provide them with the crystal coupon gift. I think that would be great. A great way to promote the game, a great way to promote the channel, a great way to be partnered with you guys, and also be able to give something more to the audience that is already watching my videos. So that's it. I hope you enjoy. I hope I could made a brief description of what I do here, and I hope to work with you guys very soon. Thanks.